Hi guys, Blair here, live with I Am Healing, coming to you today to talk to you about what the real truth is about healing, right? What is Reiki really, and how does it pertain to me? Why am I wearing scrubs? All of these great things is what we're talking about today, all right? First thing I want you all to know is that Reiki has a very personal place in my heart. Because it is what brought me through what I thought I could never see past. I was just looking for a better quality of life. I had been diagnosed and gone through about 3 years of going to different specialists and them trying to pinpoint what was going on with my body. It started with randomly becoming a type 1 diabetic, which is an autoimmune disease. Most people don't know that. At 35, almost 36 years old, which is very rare. From there, it kind of domino affected, and I had everything under the sun erupt with my health. And I was not given very good options for healing, even, or for symptom relief, or really much hope whatsoever. Okay. I was not okay with them not really knowing specifically and trying to offer me medication. So that really started my journey of branching out and looking beyond Western medicine, because it really was failing me, and throughout much of my life, I won't go into that whole story, but throughout much of my life, I've been a little bit of a medical mystery. So I said, you know what? I need to become my own doctor, my own researcher. I did have a lot of passion for biology and science as I started college with my sights set really high at neurosurgery. So I ended up, segueing out of that career, but now I'm back in the healing field as it was meant to be. Reiki. Okay, guys, to actually break down the word Reiki, Rei is representative in Japanese of either, if you want to envision the sun, solar power, the energy of the sun, universal life force energy, what conducts all life, what moves through everything, how we're all connected, how it all works. That's what the Rei portion of Reiki stands for. And the ki is like some other words that you might have heard before. It's like chi, or energy. It represents the actual flow of the energy. Breath, prana, are some other terms that you might have heard before. So put Rei and ki together, and you pretty much have a universal life force energy flow. Okay? I know all of this sounds like way out there for some of you, but let me ground it for you into science. Let me help you understand that, first and foremost, the reason I have scrubs on is because I work in hospitals. And as much as this has been kind of kept under wraps for many people, there are many hospitals, over 1,000 now around the country, that actually have what's called a CAM program. And that's a complementary alternative medical program in the hospital. So many people receive treatments such as Reiki or hands-on healing, acupuncture, things of that nature, to complement and work together with Western medicine for healing purposes. Okay, I wouldn't recommend certain people you go do Reiki. Okay, if you're having a stroke. Okay, there is a place for everything in terms of understanding. Okay, but what Reiki really is, guys, is it was initially established as a way of life in Japan. Okay, Japanese were very, very traditional in the era in which the man that ended up developing Reiki, they were very traditional. Their borders were closed off. It was the Japanese way of life. They were very sheltered from the rest of the world. But these things came, were birthed through the concepts of energy, through the concepts of connection and martial arts, and some Japanese religions. I'll be honest with you, they're not really religions. Most people think Buddhism is a religion. It's actually considered a way of life. there is a slight distinction there, but we don't necessarily want to go there in a live video today. But I do want you to understand Reiki is universal, okay? Monks, nuns, priests, military personnel alike all have been trained in Reiki. Many nurses, doctors, you've probably heard of Dr. Oz, world-renowned heart surgeon. His wife is actually a Reiki master, and he does Reiki, before and after surgery, or allows for, recommends that for patients. So these are things that come from Eastern tradition. They were a way of life. They were designed to heal thyself. We've all heard, physician, heal thyself. It's about how to practice mindfulness, how to get yourself out of the way. I know probably every person in the world that is a caring, loving individual has had their knocks in life and tried to figure out, how the heck did I get here? What happened to my life? And the reason I'm saying this to you guys is because Reiki is one size fits all, okay? It doesn't have to be your way or your foundation. I'm sharing it with you because it's been such a beautiful foundation for me in my life. I literally had miraculous results almost immediately. I mean, I'm kind of a go-getter person, so I really dove in hardcore based on my situation, because I really was in a ton of chronic pain every single day. It was so limited. My personality was like, I was trapped in my body. But what I did not bargain for with developing a Reiki practice for myself was all the other healing that would occur for me. The way of life, really having this central... I didn't see myself as a person that could sit still and meditate. As an example, I have that fiery go energy, and my mind was very busy. I've grown over the years as I've gotten older in other ways outside of Reiki, but this was amazing for me to have a simple clearing process, an understanding of, hey, yeah, you take a shower, right? You go outside, you get dirt on you. Well, I've studied physics now. Everything from solar physics to quantum physics to biology, and understanding how energy really works and flows within our body, within the earth, around the earth, and in the universe, okay? And so when I am instructing and helping people learn Reiki for themselves, it's so important for you guys to have like what I had, because I prided myself in my intelligence, okay? I didn't want to be, this person that was looked at as a hippie, or, having these, kind of far-fetched beliefs. And so it was very important that I gathered these understandings. Reiki for yourself, first and foremost, is learning a daily practice, okay? And it's practice, not perfection. So there is a full-length exercise that is taught in level 1 Reiki that you can do on a daily basis that literally is like bathing, okay? One of the first things you do is you bathe the outside of your body. You wipe off energy, dirt, muck that doesn't belong to you, that you've collected from around you. Then you are going to clear the inside, things that, your mind is 90% subconscious, right? So only 10% is in your awareness. So what all are you picking up on throughout the day? What are you hearing? How were we raised in the world? And what are all the things that kind of got programmed into tapes in our subconscious that have us making decisions unaware, okay? So Reiki also assists with that, okay? It's a matter of doing these practices to then clear your internal self with breath, okay? So you learn these special breathing exercises. You learn about intention and mindfulness. You learn how it pertains to science and physics. And so you can actually, without visibly having a microscope to look at the energy, or having a thermal bioenergetics scanner, you can prove these things. You can see them. You can see the acceleration of heat coming out of a practitioner's hand. You can see the person's thermal makeup on a bioenergetic scan. Just like in the military, they initially use these infrared goggles where you could, heat sensors where you could see where someone was, whether they were camouflaged, it was at night, that kind of thing. This is the same technology that we're talking about, where you can see quote unquote hot spots in a person's body. And these hot spots are denoted in red, and you can actually see where someone might be having some sort of pain, block, disease, things of that nature. And I can't wait to get, if one of y'all have one of those, I want to actually do a video of me doing Reiki on someone and watching that hot spot disappear. Okay, so we can ground these things in science. They can be measured, they can be equated, but we still have those naysayers out there, or those people that say, oh gosh, whatever, it's from Japan, it's called Reiki, what the heck is that? That sounds woo-woo, I don't know about that. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, it's pure science. Okay, you've been denied the truth about how your body works, about what you're capable of, and you truly have the capacity to heal so much yourself without intervention, without medication, without surgery that they're telling you you're going to die if you don't have. Or there are alternatives. There are ways that you can live a blessed life. And beyond that, guys, even if you don't have any severe issues, in your physical makeup, but you just want to break free in your life. You just want to take that next step and get into what you feel in your heart. You've always felt in your heart was possible, but for whatever reason, the world around you has just always slapped you down and kept you from achieving that. I'm living proof, you guys. I am absolutely living proof that Reiki can transform your life. Okay, it's one solid foundation for me. I've seen it reunite couples. I've seen it take people out of post-traumatic stress. I've seen it heal bones at a rapid rate when someone was broken after being run over by a car. I've seen it assist in reversing cancer multiple times. My gosh, you guys, the sky's the limit here, and it works in every way, because everything, when you study physics, everything is energy. Okay, everything, if you put it under a microscope, is moving particles. Even objects that look incredibly solid are not. Okay, so once you start to gather these understandings, then you can really see and feel and experience how this works. I would love to invite you to comment below, ask me any questions that you have. You can book a free consultation call with me, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. I am currently enrolling for March classes. I actually have all 3 levels that I'm looking to fill right now for Reiki Level 1, Reiki Level 2, which is Okuden, both first and second degree, which is where you get your practitioner certification. And then Level 3 is also broken up in 2 degrees, which is going to be Shinpenden, which is going to be both teacher and master practitioner, or you can opt to just be master practitioner versus instructor or teacher as well. So happy to answer your questions, guys. Happy to be back live with you. It's been a while, but I've been real busy looking at expansion plans to make I Am Healing available to every human being out there. When I was suffering tremendously, I looked high and low and had a very, very hard time finding help. And I don't want anyone else to have that experience. I want to build this vision for I Am Healing, where whatever it is your needs are, you can find it through us. All right? I hope y'all have a blessed day. Take care. Bye.